Stick it. I want to see you though, Carrie, because I'm Carrie Danielle. I don't know why I did that. All right, I'm gonna go. We're recording. Welcome to the kickoff call for June. I am so excited that you guys are here. This is like so awesome. Um, and what you will call it. I wanted to so hopefully by now, I don't know if all of you, I have like this little folder that I keep it in. Everybody kind of does it differently with the training, but hopefully by now, you guys have printed out the training. I know I saw Gina's picture. If you haven't, don't worry. You can always look at it electronically for now. Actually, Carrie Danielle, I don't know if you want to chime in here at all. She's a more of a technical person. I'm more of a paper and pen person. Everybody is kind of different how they do things. So if you're more of an electronic technical, I can't see you, so I can't. You know what I'm gonna. Then you might not even want to print it out. I'm not sure. But for me, I like keeping it. I made like a little coach mentorship folder. That's where I did this last month. So last month, honestly, guys, last month was the first month that we did it. But I have to tell you guys, it was a big success. So I think that I'm really happy you're here. You're in good hands. Like, I can't believe the difference between signing up as a coach, going through the training versus not, and going through it in this way. Because you have to remember, this training that we've given you was created by the #1 coach in the business right now. And the #1 coach in the business can change. It's not always the same downline. That's a whole other story. But anyway, so we also got it so the reason how I found out about it was because one of the coaches on our team, her name is Morgan Butler. If you're not following her on Instagram, you might want to. She's amazing. And also you might want to follow Ashley, but don't get too wrapped up in following. But anyway, we got the training from her. So I've definitely seen much success. So what I did was, as you're going through the training, you're going to find out there's different slides, there's invite scripts, there's all these different links in the training that take you to resources. So what I liked to do last month was I printed them out and I put everything in the folder. I just liked that everything was all in one spot. So like if I needed to do something work related, I already had like a go-to place, you know what I'm saying, where all my stuff was. So I do recommend, at least if you work anything like me, I think that that's a good idea. I don't know how Carrie Danielle did it, but that was the way that I did it. So basically the training, if you've looked at it at all, it has the first 5 videos, right? Those are all available in your coach online office. So go through these videos first. There's also a getting started right call. That's about an hour. These you could have already done already. The training hasn't actually started yet. This is kind of like prerequisites for the training. And the videos aren't very long. The getting started right call is about 40 minutes, I think, but it's gold. It's amazing. And then the 5 videos, they are like 5 minutes each. So I think it's a total of like 25 minutes. It's really not long at all. So I recommend that you definitely watch those first, and it will teach you all about the back stuff of the business, how to use the website, that kind of stuff. Nothing's hard. And then after that, once you get to the actual meat of the training, it's basically going to be 14 lessons. And honestly, the last lesson is like, congratulations, you got through the training. Set up a one-on-one with your coach. So it's really not you don't have to do much, except set up a call with your coach. But it's 14 lessons. Guys, listen. The people that I'm seeing on our team that are having success with this business, they get through the training. But everybody does it at their own pace because everybody has a different life, okay? But some coaches get through this in like 2 days. Some coaches take the full 2 weeks. Some coaches don't finish all the trainings. In May, we had a couple of coaches that didn't finish. That's okay. Really, the speed of how you do things, not necessarily the speed, I shouldn't say that, the consistency in how you do things. So if you want to give this business 1 hour of your day every day, and you're going to go at that pace, and you're happy with the result, and it's getting you what you want, awesome. But if you're finding like, you know what, I really want to work this business harder, I want to make this business, my goal is to, like for me, my goal is to retire my husband. So I can't just spend an hour on this business a day. I have to spend more time than that. If your goal is to have a side business, like Carrie Danielle, her goal is different. She might want to spend an hour total on it. Like maybe, that includes checking in with the challenge group and doing, working on content for posts or whatever. But what I would say for you guys in the beginning is make this your work time and decide for yourself based on your goals how much time you want to give this a day, and just stay consistent with that. I know that last month we gave all the girls this book as their first personal development book, and I strongly recommend, if you haven't read it yet, please read this. I'm sorry, I know Pam already has one. Karen, I was going to send you one and I didn't do it in time, so you might find one on your doorstep. But if you don't want to wait for me, just let me know that you've ordered it, and I'll get you a different book, because I have another book that's really good that I want you guys to read second. So don't worry, you'll get a book at some point. But anyway, so my point is, you're going to go through this training. It's recommended, you should be able to do a lesson a day. So that was kind of the idea of this. It's 14 lessons. It should take you, if you're going at a slower pace and you want to just kind of go slow and steady, each lesson's different. Like lesson 1, there's no video to watch, and it's basically all this text to read and a short little assignment based on, and that will help you to develop what your goals are for this business. So then you can kind of say, all right, well, you know what, my goals are this for this business. This is the life that I want. So this is how much time I want to give it a day. And then, but like lesson 2 is a longer assignment. I found, I did the whole training, and when I did it, lesson 2 took me the most amount of time. So like lesson 2, you might want to take just a day, you know, it's up to you guys how fast you want to go through it. But there are a few things that you have to do. And I want to just get to my next point with that is, when you get to lesson 2, you want to start. One easy thing that I found, and I'll go over this with you guys in the thread, but one easy thing that I found was, when you get to lesson 2, it's going to ask you to start posting in your stories, all right? Different, and I know some of you may not ever post in your stories, or you don't really know how to do it, or some of you are pretty savvy with it already. And it's gonna, and what I found was, when I was going through this, I said to myself, you know, I don't know, Carrie Danielle, you're gonna remember this, but when we went through it, I was like, wow, you know what? If they just tag each other in the stuff that they're doing anyway, they're gonna do all the stuff for lesson 2 like that. Like, it's so easy. So like, I don't know if you guys know how to tag people, but there's a couple of ways to do it in stories. So when you're in stories and you go to, it's like a little square and it has like a happy face in it. When you click on that, it's on the top. When you're in stories, I think you guys all know how to, I've seen you all post stories, so I think you guys all know. But when you get in there, you get to the little box at the top, you click on it, and there's a little box that says the at sign, which is that weird looking A, and then mention. You can click on that, and then you can just, you know, start putting in names, but that's a little time consuming if you're doing more than one person. Like, I do that sometimes if I want to really highlight somebody, like a celebrity or a trainer or something like that. I might do them in like big letters and like, you know, this is Autumn Calabarista's workout. But if you're doing a group of people, like if you wanted to tag all the people in our thread, what I find to be an easier way is I just go to the text function at the top of my stories when I'm in stories, and I just start putting the at sign, and you can tag up to 10 people in a story. And then what I do is I actually make the text very small. If you guys don't know how to do any of this, I'll tell you right now, go to YouTube, go to Google, go to YouTube. It has taught me everything I needed to know about stories. So that's always a great resource. So, but just so you guys know for this, when you're typing, you can minimize the script, the text. On the left side, there's a bar, and if you scroll all the way down, it makes the text really small, and then you can minimize it even small, and you can hide it so people don't even see it. But for our purposes, you might, like for me, see, being that I'm a coach leading this training, I might want to highlight your names, because I might want my followers and the people seeing my story to click on your name and see who you are and maybe become friends with you. You know what I mean? Because they might identify with you. So that is just a really, guys, if you're on, once you get to lesson 2, I think that that's a great technique. And if we all do that, because part of it is you have to share your workout that day. You have to share your shake that day. Well, just like you would share with the accountability group, all of you guys are in Rise Up Project. You would snap a picture of yourself to say, hey, I got my workout in. Now, instead of just posting that in the check-in, you're just going to go to your stories. You're going to post that picture and say the same thing. I got my workout in. Trust me, you don't have to say what you're doing. You don't have to say I'm doing 21 day fix, nothing. Just say I got my workout in. And guys, people are going to start messaging you saying, what workout are you doing? I need to do a workout. I want to join you. What is this group? You know, it's much easier, I think, than a lot of people think. But Anyway, that's a great way to get through lesson 2. So I'm going to do that as the example for you guys, and I'm going to tag all you guys in it, and then you guys can follow my lead, and we can continue that through the whole training. It doesn't have to end with lesson 2. That could be the start of you starting to slowly share on social media in an easy way, because, sorry, I'm getting passionate, girl. Stories are over in 24 hours. So people are only seeing them for 24 hours. But it's a great way, I find, to start small, where you don't have to share a lot. You could share 2 stories a day. I got my workout in, I drank my shake, and here's my kid, or whatever, just easy stuff. Anyway, so that's lesson 2. And then you'll see, guys, through the rest of the training, I found some of the videos are going to be like 5 minutes. Some of the videos are going to be 40 minutes. I know when we do, I think it's maybe even lesson 2, the vital behaviors one. I think that's the one we did. It's about 40 minutes, and some are longer. But it's great content. What I found that I did was I wrote all my notes here so everything was all in one spot. And I'm trying to think. I want to see if I'm leaving anything out. But you don't have to do that. You could do it however you want. I think some people had a notebook, so they would do everything in a notebook. So that's a great idea. Or if you're doing it electronically, I guess you could do it that way. And then the thread. So let me just explain how that's going to work. I kind of did a little bit already. But how the thread is going to work is that that's where you're going to post your assignments to say, hey, guys, I'm up to lesson, we're going to check in with you guys. Where are you at? That kind of a thing. You can say, I'm up to lesson 7. I'm up to lesson 2. I'm up to lesson 9, whatever you're up to. But basically, since we're kind of developing this as it is self-paced, and you can go faster if you'd like, but if you just want to stay on track for the training and finishing it in the 2 weeks, we would recommend that by next call, you're done with lesson 7. So, because it's going to be 7 days. So originally we had said 5, I think, Carrie Danielle, but I think now we're doing our calls on a Sunday. Last month we did them on a Friday. So we didn't have them have as many lessons done. I feel like since it's later in the week, I think a lesson a day. Like if you just commit to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever time it would take you to do that. I think that's probably very doable for most of us. It's like doing a workout, like fitting in a workout. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. Did I have, well, hold on one second. I know I've left something out. Review how Instathread assignments. You're going to post yourself. Oh, and any questions that you have should go right in the thread. So like if you get up to a lesson and you don't understand anything, just pop it in the thread. I am pretty sure that's how we used the thread last month. And what wound up happening was people started getting customers already, which was great. People started getting coaches already. People were halfway rank advanced already. So I'm really thinking if you guys go through this at whatever pace you want, you're really going to have success at whatever level, at whatever pace you want. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to turn it over to Carrie Danielle. She's going to tell you guys about your very first assignment. And I'm really excited. So hopefully you guys can, I know we're kind of giving you not as much notice, but hopefully you guys can get it done by tonight. That would be great. So take it over, Katie.
Good morning, everybody. So my name is Carrie Danielle. I know it's bizarre that it's 2 first names, but it actually is my hyphenated first name. I don't know why my parents gave me that name. It's a pain because everyone's like, oh, just Carrie, or oh, just Danielle. I'm like, nope, actually Carrie Danielle together awkwardly. You can call me KD. That's fine too, because I understand it's a mouthful. As Georgiana explained, I am a coach with her in the Shine Sisterhood. Georgiana is my direct coach. I have been coaching for almost 3 years at this point. I started out just as a discount coach, just because I wanted to earn 25%, and that was it. But I am naturally a sharer. I love to use social media. So as soon as I started sharing on social media, not to actually build my business, but just because I share everything, people started asking me about what I was doing. So at that point, I reached out to Georgiana and I said, besides saving the 25% as a discount coach, I can also bring in customers, right? Like I can make money from sharing my links and building my team. And she's like, absolutely. So I worked with Georgiana on how to do that. I do have a full-time job. So my goals for Beachbody are not to make it my full-time job. This for me is always something that I just love doing. It's something that I do on the side. It is nice that I have built my business, that it covers all of my product and I use all of the product. I do the Shakeology, the collagen, the hydrate, the energize, the digestive health, the recover. I don't know if I said that, but I use all the product. It covers all of my product plus a little something. So it is actually good that both of us are always on the call, because you get to see that this business, you can take it to wherever you want to take it. Georgiana has different goals than my goals are. Georgiana's fitness goals are different than my fitness goals. And it really is good because it gets to show you that Beachbody, no matter what your goals are professionally, or no matter what your goals are for your nutrition and your health, it really does fit for everybody. So good morning and welcome. Last month, we had really amazing success with our coach mentorship call. So we definitely are going to continue to do these every month. So welcome, and we're excited that you guys are here. So we did something last month that ended up being a lot of fun, and it helped the girls that were in our team last month because it built the community between them, but then it also is now something that they're going to continue to use as they grow their business, to be able to support each other as well as to boost their engagement on social media. So what we had the team do, and what your first assignment to do, since there's 3 of you guys are going to work together to create a team name. So our suggestion last time for your little group name, for your little 3 people in the mentorship, in the June mentorship, last time we suggested to either find something that you guys have in common, like if you were all moms, not that you have to be, but if you were all moms, come up with like the June mom trio or something related to something that you have in common. Or if you can't find something in common, have it related to the number 3, like you may be the terrific trio, or the, I don't know, I'm the worst person when it comes to names, clearly.
I'm not muted.
Georgiana loves that stuff. My brain just turns off for it. So, but last month, they called it the We May Rise, because they wanted to play on the May group, and they called it We May Rise. So we encourage them whenever they do their posts going forward, even though they have graduated from their training, they use that post in everything that they do. So the 6 of them who were in the training together now support each other. They tag that always. Every time one of them uses it, they comment on it, they like on it, they boost engagement, they re-tag. So your first assignment is to create, like I said, a name for the group of the 3 of you who are going through the June mentorship together. Those were just suggestions of how you can do it. You can come up with something totally off from left field, however you would like to do it, but you should be using something that you'll be able to use in the future as a group of 3 to help continue to support. And we also are going to follow those hashtags. I'll show you guys how to follow a hashtag and to make sure that you're engaging with it all of the time. But we'll go through that after you guys come up with your name, and then we make something cute and fun to welcome you guys on social media with your name once you have it set. So our request is, if you could speak, you could talk right in our thread, that's fine. Throw some suggestions out there, discuss with amongst the 3 of you what you would like to call the June mentorship group of the 3 of you guys, and let us know, if possible, by tomorrow morning. I don't know if that's possible because I know it's short. Last time we did the call on Friday, so we gave them all weekend to come up with the name. But since we're doing the call on Sunday morning, you have a little bit of time. But I think within today, you guys will be able to come up with a team name. That is my spiel. Welcome to the call, and I'm very excited. As we said, we had a lot of success with the last group. It's amazing, amazing information that you will be able to have all going forward. So it's really good. So welcome.
Yeah. I'm so glad you guys, this is so awesome. I'm sad that Pam's not here, but hopefully she'll get to watch the recording later. So we just wanted to kind of open this guy up for you guys now. We have some time left, which is nice. That's usually not the case. Because I talk and I'm all over the place. I try to take notes and follow the notes, but I tend to go on tangents. You guys will learn. It's a little annoying. I'm sorry, but I just get so passionate about things. And then I'm like, oh, this, oh, that. And I'm just all over. But anyway, we want to open this up for you guys for questions. Any questions that you have, maybe you've noticed something already Maybe you printed out the training, or I don't know if you've watched the Getting Started Right call yet, or if you just have questions about anything in general about coaching, let us know. You can raise your hand. You can put it in the chat. Anyone? Bueller? You guys are good? This is great. Oh, that's good. I'm feeling like, all right, so we did a good job. We covered everything, I think, right? It's self-paced. Yeah, has anyone watched the Getting Started Right call yet? That's it's Ashley Laughlin. It's okay if you didn't. I'm just not like, you're not punished. No detention. I can't help myself. I was a teacher, so it's like, yeah, that's just the way your brain works, right? Anyway, has anyone watched that yet? Or I know we only gave you the training on, when did we give it, Carrie? Do you remember? You guys could just take yourselves off mute if you want to speak.
I think 2 days ago. I wanted to circle back to what Georgiana had said earlier about printing it. I'm an electronic person. I work on a computer all day long. The first time when we were actually coming up with this training here, I went through the lessons and I used that guide that we had supplied you guys. You may feel comfortable to just type in your stuff right there. I personally feel like after I write a sentence, my hand gets a cramp because I never write anything anymore. I type everything. So for me, it was really easy to just use that guide underneath that lesson in that gray space that's there, just type out my information there. And then that would be beneficial because then you can kind of just, if you have it on your phone or something, you can just take a screenshot or copy and paste your assignments directly into the thread. If you are handwriting it, you may just want to say, hey, I completed lesson 1, maybe take a picture of your notebook if that's where you're writing it, or take a picture of your paper. And it is good to post your assignments in there. You're not obligated to, because sometimes you just may not feel comfortable to share it. But it is good because then we're able to read your responses to it or maybe give you some feedback on it. So again, there's no obligation for you to post it in there, but we do suggest if you complete a lesson, post it in there. We may say, oh, that's a great idea, but think of it from this manner. Or, oh, I love that you're suggesting that you do this in your business, but did you ever think that you could do this too? Like, it just helps for us to interact with you a little bit more. So no obligation to, but I found that it was helpful when the people were posting their actual assignments in that Instagram thread.
I agree, and I feel like it's very similar to like our challenge group. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get the most out of it when you show up to it and you do the things. So like, I just feel like you'll get more out of it, and everybody else will too, because they might see something in your response that they didn't think of. Did you say that already? Am I repeating you? But yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, what else, guys? No questions. With the mindset one, I love because it really gets you to think about what your goals are. And then you could start reverse engineering them. Like, we could start thinking about, like, really, do you want to, travel the world and, not have to live in a place? Do you want to, stay home with your kid? Do you want to just make it a side gig and pay for like Christmas and vacation money or your special holidays for you? So, the mindset one's really good for that. I love number 2 too, because it really gets you to start doing the stuff, which is great. It's fun because, and like, the way that I look at it, like with social media, is like it's you're being social. Like, that's what you're doing. You're being social, and like these mentorships. I think the reason why May was so much fun, and what I'm hoping for with you guys for June too, is like, you're basically hanging out with your friends on social media. That's what we're doing. We're tagging each other, like, hey, I'm at work. Hey, I'm drinking this shake. Hey, I'm doing this, or whatever you're doing. It's like fun because you're like doing it all together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like going to a party every day. To me, work is like going to a party every day because I get to hang out with my friends and make new friends. We're going to teach you guys how to make some new friends and, get better together. But it's all around health and fitness. So it's fun, but in the best way possible, because we're all like also becoming better, like we're reading and we're working out and we're eating healthy. I mean, my friends in my 20s are all like, maybe not, like, you know what I'm saying? The way I hung out with my friends in my 20s, I don't want to think about those times. Those were like good times. This is good stuff. All right. Any questions, girls? Because we can end early. It is Sunday, and I'm sure we want to spend it with our families and stuff. I can't wait to hear what your name is, what you guys come up with. Any thoughts? I like the trio idea. You guys could just trio, or I like alliteration. I'm an alliteration person. Yeah. So I like when things start with the same sound. So I don't know if you guys noticed that in the group. Or rhyme. They have to rhyme. Like, so like when I'm trying to think of a name, like I always used to do this with like bulletin boards in school. And like I kind of look at this stuff kind of like that, you know, coming up with titles for stuff.
There's something with trifecta.
Ooh, ooh. I'm asking Alexa, hold on. Alexa, what rhymes with trifecta? Oh,
Here we think that Georgiana's creative and comes up with all these names, and she just asks Alexa.
It's Google and Alexa. I'll tell you, you can find everything on Google. I usually Google everything. And that, I mean, if I could give you guys any advice, it would be, you know, we're always there for you guys in the thread, but if anything happens and like, you know, I'm under a rock somewhere, Carrie Danielle decides to go to Alaska and doesn't have any Wi-Fi, and you can't get in touch with us, Google's a great option. I find out everything on Google. Trifecta. Alexa said there's nothing that rhymes with trifecta. I was going to say Mecca. No. Try. Ooh, I wonder if you could do something with, no, I don't like try. I was going to say try with a Y to kind of like a play on words kind of thing, but I don't like that because then it's like you're trying, you're not really doing. Forget that.
We'll let you ladies use your creativity.
Yeah.
Wait, so this Pam, she's like another challenger? She's like another coach?
So she's been with me for a while. She is a coach. She's been a coach for a while, but she's been kind of in and out. She also goes kind of on and off the programs as well. So, you know, right now she really wants to get back on. She wants, I think similar to Karen, kind of wanting to be more consistent with like the workouts and stuff. And so she's like, you know what? I said, you know what, why don't you do the coach mentorship? Because you're already a coach. And guys, that's the biggest thing I think with coaching for me and Carrie Danielle, and I think every other coach you'll ever talk to, is the biggest benefit of coaching and doing the coaching thing is that it really holds you accountable to your own goals. Like it really, so that's been Pam's main, that's why she's back into it. And I just thought, this is new to all of us. Like the first time I went through the May training, the mentorship, I went through it just like everybody else. And I'm going to do it again, actually. Like I'm a nerd. Like I'm also somebody that it takes a while for me to get stuff. So like I need to do things 8 times before I really get it. So like there's a call that like everybody laughs at me, but I go on it every week because it's actually like a new coach call. It's like 15 minutes. You learn about it later on. But I go on it every week because it's like something new is going to sink in. It's only 15 minutes. I can, you know what I mean? And so like what I'm trying to say is with this training, again, with June, I'm going to go through it again with you guys. So I'm going to go through it just like you guys. And that's why my point is, that's why I kind of recommended it to Pam, because I feel like, you know what, it will benefit you too to go through it. And you know, something that I'm realizing that I want to tell the June girls that I'd like to tell you ahead of time is when you're done with this training, and maybe you're going to get somebody in your life that you think would be a really good coach or would really want to do this. When you invite your first person to the new coach mentorship, don't feel like you have to have all the answers and know everything. All it is you're going to go through the training again with them. That's all. It's easy. It's not hard. You're just going to go through the training with them. So like I'm finding my June girls are actually at that point already. Like they're like, ooh, I wonder if, you know, I could get, yes, they could be in the coach training with us and you can go through it again because half of them didn't get through the whole thing anyway. So they're going to go through it again, but they're going to go through it with their people. So it's just something that we can revisit every single month, and you guys can be in it every single month. I mean, I don't think that it's really necessary for you to be in it. Like, let's say next month you get somebody and they want to go through it, awesome. You could go through the July and be in the July mentorship with us and your person. But if you don't have anybody for July, don't worry. You don't have to go through it. You'll always have the training at your own fingertips to go through it on your own time as well. So what I'm trying to say is when you get new people, then you can, hopefully that makes sense. I tend to ramble and I have energized, so.
So if nobody has any other questions, I think that we're kind of, does anybody have anything or anything they'd like to share? Nothing. That's okay.
Any wins? No. We just like looking at you.
That's okay. From here, like we said, if you guys will post in there to kind of explain the assignment again, so you have the information for it. If you could just let us know by tomorrow morning, that would be great. So tomorrow actually starts day 1 of the group. So we're going to be checking in every single day and see how you guys are going. As Georgiana mentioned, it's completely self-paced. So you may say, Monday I'm home and I'm off. I'm going to do 8 of the assignments and I'm going to post all of them. Whatever your ambitions are, go for it. But we will be checking in every day, but feel no obligation. You may say, I'll get 3 done today because it's Sunday and I'm not going to be able to do any until next weekend because I'm busy during the week.
Right.
If that's you, that's fine. Don't feel that you have to keep up with other people in the group. The only suggestion we have is that you're up to lesson 7 by next week, because that is 1 week's worth of lessons. If you're up to it by our call at 9 o'clock. So this is a good time that works for everybody. So I think every week for the next 3 weeks, we're going to have a first check-in, see how your first week was, a second check-in, and then we kind of have a close off the call. Congratulations, you're done. So for the next 3 weeks, every Sunday at 9 a.m., if this time works for everyone. If there is, for some reason, a reason that you can't join the call live, obviously it's best to be on here live. We do record them, and I will post them into the group every week after we're finished with the call. So
yeah,
I think that's about all that we have today,
the
Reggie.
only thing I want to do, I'm actually going to skip ahead to lesson 2, and I'm going to tag you guys. I want to do a little boomerang. So make a happy face. Happy it's Sunday. Do a wave, do a smile, do something good. And ready, I'm going to count to 3. Ready? Do something like, I don't know. Make it up. Or you could smile.
When.
Just smile. Ready, set, go. My flash was on, but that's okay. Yay!
Okay.
You messed up? I think it's okay. It's a little dark, but it's okay. I'll brighten it up.
Great. So that's all. I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday and can't wait to hear tomorrow morning what your name is that you guys choose.
Oh, you could do it right in the thread, right? Did we say that already?
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.